Welcome! Today we will be talking about dividing tricks, specifically when you're dividing by 5, 25, and 125. Your first example here is 34 divided by 5, and you see your numerator or your dividend is 34 and your denominator or your divisor is 5. So your first thought for this is to use long division, but you can't take 5 out of 3 for your first step in long division. So your trick for dividing by 5 here is to multiply both your numerator and your denominator by 2, and this will give you 68 over 10. And you may think, well, this isn't much better. 68 over 10 would be just as tough as 34 over 5. But when you're dividing by 10, all you have to do is take away your denominator and move your decimal place over to the left one, and you're left with 6.8. And 6.8 is your answer. So you see here, we forgot the denominator of 10, and we moved our decimal over to make 68 into 6.8. So here are your rules for dividing by 5. You have to multiply both the top and the bottom by 2, then you drop your denominator, and then you move your decimal left one digit. If we try another example, here's 73 over 5. So remember, we'll multiply both top and bottom by 2, and this will give us 146 over 10. So we'll drop our 10 and move our decimal place over one space left, and that gives us our answer of 14.6. Alright, now how about dividing by 25? We have our example here, 162 divided by 25. Again, we wouldn't really be able to do long division because you can't take 25 out of 16 for your first step in long division. So for dividing by 25, you'll multiply both your top and bottom by 4. And this will give us 648 over 100. And you may think again, well, this is worse than 162 over 25. But instead of dividing, you can move your decimal place over 2 spaces to the left, and this will give us 6.48. You can see here we dropped our denominator of 100, and we just moved our decimal place 2 spots to the left instead of dividing, and it's just as simple as that. So here's your rules for dividing by 25. You'll multiply the top and bottom by 4. You'll drop your denominator, and then you'll move your decimal place 2 digits to the left. Here's another example. We have 2,432 divided by 25. So again, if we were to do long division, you can't really take 25 out of 24 because 24 would be too small. So we'll multiply by 4. And this will give us 9,728 divided by 100. So if we drop our denominator and move our decimal place 2 spots to the left, this will give us 97.28. Alright, and our final example is for dividing by 125. So our example here is 516 divided by 125. So for this, you're going to multiply both your top and bottom by 8. And this will give us 4,128 over 1,000. So you're going to drop your denominator, and in this step you're going to move your decimal place to the left 3 digits because there's 3 zeros here. And our answer will be 4.128. So here's your rules. You'll multiply both your top and your bottom by 8. You'll drop your denominator, and then you'll move your decimal place 3 digits to the left. Here's another example where we have 1,003 divided by 125. So again, we'll multiply both our top and our bottom by 8. So we'll have 8,024 divided by 1,000. And we'll drop our 1,000 and we'll move our decimal place 3 digits to the left. And our answer is 8.024. You may think this only works when your numerator or your dividend is larger than your denominator or your divisor, but it also works when your numerators are smaller or your dividends are smaller. So here we have the example of 2 over 5, and again this will work just the same. So you'll multiply both your top and bottom by 2, which gives us 4 over 10, and we'll move our decimal place over one spot, and drop the denominator, which gives us 0.4. And again, this will work with 125. So here we have our example 3 over 125, and you multiply both your top and bottom by 8, which gives us 24 over 1,000, and you'll move your decimal point 3 spots to the left and drop your 1,000. So here your answer is 0.024, and this will also work for dividing by 25. So here our example is 11 over 25. So if you'll remember, you'll multiply both your top and bottom by 4. And in this example, it'll give us 44 over 100, and our answer will be 0.44. I hope these tricks help you in your adventures with dividing by 5, by 25, and by 125. And that's it for this video. Thank you and goodbye.